Hello and welcome to another video. Today we will be discussing the ideal treatment option for a single missing tooth. In this case, I'll cover two of the most common nowadays treatment options. So the fixed 3-unit conventional bridge done on natural teeth, or the single implant. So let's say that I have one tooth missing and I have patients calling the practice and asking this question frequently, or when they come here to the consultation with me, they ask me frequently this question. They have one tooth missing and they are a little bit unsure about the best way to proceed in order to replace that missing tooth. Should they go ahead with the 3-unit bridge that more or less any dentist can do, or should they proceed with a dental implant, and in that case we would be able to assist them. So let's look at both scenarios. So if I have a tooth missing and if I want to have a 3-unit bridge done, that means that I will have to prepare to file down, even if gently, the 2 teeth next to the gap, right? In order for me to be able to fit my bridge on top of these 2 teeth. So that means that in order to replace one tooth, I will need to damage those 2 teeth on the side. Now we know from statistics that about 80% of the teeth adjacent to a missing one, they have either no filling or they have minimal filling. So we will have to prepare those teeth. Now, while we're doing those preparations, sometimes, depending on the angulation of the teeth, we may have a risk of having to do a root canal filling, which would be an additional procedure that we would have to do. Then, even if we are successful, and even if we can fit a bridge in order to replace that missing tooth, we know that about 50% of those bridges in a 10-year time will fail. So we have a high failure rate for this kind of procedure. So for the 3-unit bridge over natural teeth, we have about 50% failure over 10 years. So this is quite a high number. And I always like to use numbers and statistics. And looking at the implant, we know that we have about 98% of success rate. So we have a failure rate of about 2% at 10 years compared to 50%. So this means that the dental implant is a lot more successful in a long span compared to the 3-unit bridge. Also, when we place one single implant to replace a single missing tooth, we don't have to interfere or to damage the adjacent teeth. The hygiene is going to be a lot easier. The tooth or the implant will be able to be cleaned with all sorts of devices such as dental floss, interdental brushes. But basically, we have a tooth that is independent from the 2 teeth on the side. And that's usually the main problem with the 3-unit bridge. The main problem is that patients are not able to clean under the bridge and on the teeth next to the bridge, and in the long term the bridge will develop decay and will get a cavity under the bridge, and the bridge then will fail. Basically the teeth on the side, either they will snap or the bridge will lose the retention on those teeth. So with implants, hygiene is a lot better. We will have a less risk of developing caries on the teeth next to the implant, and also because we are not touching the teeth next to the implant, we have less risk of developing sensitivity to cold temperatures, to pressure, and from a psychological point of view, the single implant is just one tooth. So we're going to replace that one tooth that we have missing with one tooth, which in this case is the implant with the porcelain crown. So many reasons why nowadays, if we can, we should place a single implant, if we have bone, of course. Sometimes if we don't have bone, we have to create that bone, but if we have enough bone, then in that case, definitely the single implant should be the number one choice in order to replace the missing tooth. Also, we should mention that if we place the implant will stimulate the bone, so that mechanical stimulation of the bone will allow to preserve the bone. And on the other side, the bridge, because it doesn't stimulate the bone right under, will not help to keep that bone in position. So eventually we will have less and less bone under the bridge. So we will know that if we do a 3-unit bridge, and then if that 3-unit bridge fails, usually what I say to patients is, instead of having one problem, which was that initial missing tooth, we'll have then to deal with 3 different problems, which will be the one missing previously plus the 2 ones that will fail, that will hold the bridge. Okay, so I don't want you to confuse. I was analyzing the use of a 3-unit bridge over natural teeth. This is not over dental implants. This is a different topic, and I was comparing it with the use of the dental implant, the single dental implants. I hope that this video helped you to understand some of the differences and the advantages of having the single missing tooth replaced by one single implant. I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.